Everybody's got a source. Everybody's got an in. Everybody knows somebody. Everybody knows somebody, and they have their sources. And boy, they're going to report on that. And you all are going to gobble it up and believe it and click on it and support these people and allow them to gain money off of lies and being deceitful. Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports here on a Tuesday. Stop clicking on this stuff, guys. Let's talk about the elephant in the room right off the bat, and then we'll get into the actual reality, the actual true stories surrounding the Pittsburgh Steelers as they move toward the 2024 season. Stop clicking on this stuff whenever you know these people don't truly have any type of source, because honestly, guys, the vast amount of people that say they have sources, it's impossible for that many people to know somebody within the Steelers organization. It's just crazy to even think that that's the case. And let's be real. Do you think for 1 second Omar Khan, dealing with millions of dollars worth of contracts, big money contracts, tens of millions of dollars in one contract, do you think for 1 second that they are going to leak news to some Joe Schmo reporter somewhere or some Joe Schmo podcaster somewhere? Do you think that that's going to happen? Do you think they're going to give you that inside track? Hell no. And do you think for 1 second that Omar Khan is sitting there having major conversations in front of some intern or something that's going to go out there and leak it? Hell no. That's not how you keep your job, first and foremost. They leak things that they want you to believe. They leak things to spin the narrative they want you to think is going on. For instance, the 49ers probably did leak things out about certain teams being interested. Why? Because they're trying to drive the price of their player up, because they are in a business and they are trying to get the most bang for their buck. They're trying to get the most return on their investment. So be it. Cool. But do you think for 1 minute somebody from the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to come out there and tell somebody in the media exactly their game plan and how they are going to proceed with this and what their plans are moving forward at this wide receiver position, long-term and short-term? Do you think for 1 second that the Pittsburgh Steelers really honestly want to bring in a $30+ million a year guy, just theoretically, saying that that's what he would want, without having a quarterback that's in place for the long or immediate future? You have the guy right now for 1 year. You don't even have this short-term guy that's going to be here for 1 or 2 years, after this year, after this season. Yeah, are you going to play right now and put $30 million into a wide receiver when you know George Pickens has a contract coming up? You know you don't have a quarterback signed beyond 2024. Are you going to go out there and be willing to make that type of investment? Let's all be realists and look at the whole picture and stop being blinded by people that are giving you these clickbait type things. Stop it. Just stop it. I get a ton of comments, guys. People telling me I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. These things are going to go down. This is going to happen. The Steelers are going to make this trade. Guys, I hate to burst your bubble, but you got to look at who reports these things, guys. You got to take an in-depth dive. Just because you run across something on Twitter doesn't mean that it's true. You need to do some investigation. Try to see who's credible, who has a proven track record at being reliable in these situations. That's what you need to be looking at. You don't need to trust me, because I'm not going to give you this type of clickbait bullshit. I'm not going to sit there and act like I have some source that's going to tell me every single move the Pittsburgh Steelers can make or will make. No, I'm not. No. Now, maybe does somebody know somebody in an odd job or something that may be connected to something, a player may need or something like that when they move to a city that may, hey, this possibly might happen. This player was, looking at real estate. This player was doing this or that, and maybe preparations of coming to this city. That maybe people have those and they run with it and they take off with it and they act like, that is going to happen, and they go out on a limb and they make these strong accusations, strong reports. And I think, honestly, if you're wrong and you whiff on some of these things, you can really, truly ruin your credibility. It's not like they're putting out like one message, one piece of content on it. They're going hard. They're telling people it's happening. It's a done deal. This is going. This is it. It's a done deal. The framework's in place. I feel like you're really jeopardizing your credibility. I feel like you are really, really jeopardizing your platform. And I don't know how some of these people have tens of thousands of subscribers, even 100,000 subscribers, and they are super wrong all the time. They have no real source. They have no real credibility in my eyes. They give you bullshit takes just to amp you up, just to get you fired up. They'll deliberately say things that they know aren't even true, just to get you guys as fans fired up so you click on their shit. Quit playing their game. Quit playing their game. But anyway, guys, I'm done with that. Let's just all remember the Brandon Ayuk thing probably isn't going to happen because the Steelers probably aren't going to do it, as what I mentioned here in the beginning of the video. The money, no quarterback being signed. What kind of draft capital do you have to give up, and you're a team that builds through the draft? There's so many things that the Pittsburgh Steelers have working against them when it comes to this deal with Brandon Ayuk. And I don't think that there's one in place. I don't think there's ever been one in place. Do I think that may have went out there and made, an offer or something? Yes, but I don't think there has been any hard, definitive deal in place right now or even throughout this offseason for one Brandon Ayuk. I just don't think so. I think it would have been majorly reported by real credible sources, and you've not heard a credible source come out and say that there's been framework in place. You've only heard it from some bullshit places. But what's the real story surrounding this football team, guys? Let's talk about those. The offensive line in real flux. We want to see who they put in these positions. Whom do they go with? Do they go with the young guys? Do they, more lean on some of the veterans that are on this football team? Do they lean toward Nate Herbig at center and allow Zach Frazier to learn? Do they continue to push Dan Moore Jr. out there and keep Troy Fautanu on the bench and allow him to continue to learn? Or do they go young and start these guys and possibly try to get a young, cheap offensive line to gel and to have one of those offensive lines in place to where it doesn't cost your team a fortune and you can build around that offensive line now? I mean, is that what they do? That's a major issue on this football team. That's a real story on this football team. What about the quarterback position that you don't have a viable starter signed beyond the 2024 season? That's a major storyline on this football team. And that storyline tells you one thing about the wide receiver position. Are you going to go out and make a super long-term, super expensive investment in somebody in the wide receiver room right now, bringing somebody from another organization via trade when you're not sure about the quarterback future of your franchise? I don't know if you do that. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that is the correct way you build a football team and lay the foundational blocks of a football team. I'm not sure if that's how you do it, man, and it doesn't make sense to me. There's defensive questions. What about the defensive front? Is Cam Hayward going to be healthy enough? What do the Steelers do there? What about the running back room? Do they bring Najee Harris back on a different deal? What do they do with Pat Freiermuth? A lot of real questions, a lot of real storylines out there surrounding this football team, guys. And a lot of clickbait. And I advise you not to click it. I advise you to find a couple people that are actually credible. And that doesn't have to be Jason here at Mike Drop Sports. I just challenge you to find people that are telling you the truth, giving you the honest takes, talking about the real stories, not trying to be clickbaity with you, not trying to prop up their views in order to gain money. And I don't agree with that. Money will come if you're true and credible and you do the right things and you're honest to the people that view you. You're honest to the people that are coming to you and expecting a true and honest take, a true and honest story that you're reporting on, and the real reality of a football team. I did that yesterday about Justin Fields and what the true reality of Justin Fields is in his situation. I recommend you go back and you watch that video because I feel like it's true. The reality. Let's talk about the damn truth. Quit clicking on things that damn well are clickbait. These people are freaking trolling just to gain views and followers, and they're not in this for the right reasons. They're not in this for anything but a quick buck. So I'm here to tell you, Jason don't make no quick bucks here. So I'm just here to be truthful and have a great conversation about a sport that I absolutely love, and that is Steelers football, football in general. I love the sport, and I'm here to try to bring the most honest takes that I can every single day. And again, guys, whether it's with me or somebody else, go find somebody that's truthful for you, with you, that you enjoy watching and listening to, and unfollow all these crazy accounts that put all this clickbait shit out there that's not true. They have no real sources, and quit believing them. It just makes no sense. So those are the real issues that are surrounding this football team, the ones we went over. So again, I'm going to try to figure out a different time for our live shows, guys. So I'm not coming home and doing things at 9 o'clock at night. Our viewership gets down a little bit lower when we go super late anyway. So I'd rather find a different time, and we'll figure it out. I'm going to play around with some different opportunities. Maybe this afternoon I'll do a live show, see how that all works. But I will post that on the community tab. So make sure you turn your notification bell on and always be up to date with us here at Mike Drop Sports. I'm Jason, and we will see you at some point today for the live show, probably around 8 o'clock. But I will post that on the notification or on the community tab, and if you have your notifications on, you will be up to date immediately with all of our scheduling changes and things of that nature. So until then, peace.